Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we explore the most valuable US coins that could transform your coin collection into a fortune. From rare mint errors to historic treasures, these coins have made millions for collectors around the world. What if I told you there's a coin sitting in your old junk drawer that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream vacation, and even fast-track you into early retirement, because one US quarter, yes, just 25 cents, recently sold $4,685,000. It's not some ancient Roman coin or gold doubloon. It's a 1999 George Washington silver quarter with a tiny little P mint mark. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to identify it, and what to do if you have one, or even something more valuable hiding in plain sight. Picture this, it's 1999. The internet's still dialing up, Y2K fears are peaking, and you're tossing a new state quarter into your change jar without a second thought. But in the chaos of coin production that year, a mistake happened. A beautiful, shiny error. And for collectors, that mistake turned into pure gold, well, silver, to be exact. The US Mint accidentally released a small batch of quarters meant for collectors, silver-proof coins, into general circulation. One of them, the 1999 P Delaware silver quarter, meant to be locked in mint sets, but somehow slipped out into the wild, and because they weren't supposed to be released, they became ultra-rare, like finding a pearl in your cereal. Rare, babe. I think our coin jar's worth more than our car. Only a handful are known to exist in pristine condition, and the crown jewel? One graded MS-69, near perfect, sold for $685,000 at auction. Why? Because it hit the holy trinity of coin collecting: rarity, historical error, and mint condition. So how can you tell if your quarter is a goldmine in disguise? First, check the date. Look for 1999, especially Delaware state quarters, the very first in the 50 state quarters program. Second, look for the P mint mark, just above the R in quarter. Third, and this is crucial, the silver shine. Most quarters are made of cupronickel, but these rare ones? They're 90% silver. They have a cleaner ring when dropped and a brighter luster. Finally, check the weight. Silver quarters weigh around 6.25 grams. Your kitchen scale could just become your best investment tool. Think of it like Tinder for coins. If it looks good, weighs right, and has the right date, you might have a match. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Many people have these coins and don't know it. They're tucked away in sock drawers, coin jars, and dusty boxes inherited from grandma. There's another version of this coin, even rarer, with a flaw so microscopic, most collectors miss it, and it could be worth double, but we'll get to that. Urgency, wealth, empowerment. If you're watching this, you're not just curious. You're ready to transform your life with knowledge most people ignore. You could be sitting on tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, without even knowing it. That dusty old collection your dad handed down, that roll of quarters you keep for parking meters, every single one could be hiding a life-altering surprise. Time is not on your side. Every day, coins are sold undervalued. People unknowingly spend small fortunes at gas stations, vending machines, or on toll roads. Don't be that person. If you think you might have the 1999 P silver quarter, here's what you need to do right now. Pull out your coins, especially anything from 1999. Inspect them for the markers we mentioned. Get them appraised by a reputable coin dealer, not some shady guy at the flea market. Consider professional grading. This can multiply your coin's value. There are double die errors on some of these 1999 quarters. Look closely at the lettering. Any shadowing or doubling, you're looking at a coin that could break records at auction. You don't need to be a Wall Street expert to build wealth. Sometimes it's as simple as recognizing treasure where others see loose change. Are you going to keep ignoring what could be the biggest financial opportunity in your own home, or are you going to take action, and maybe, just maybe, change your life? Subscribe for more coin secrets, millionaire stories, and insider tips. Your journey to unexpected wealth starts now. What if I told you that hiding in your old coin jar is a tiny piece of metal worth nearly $750,000? Yes, $745,000, for one 1993 D mint mark George Washington silver quarter. Crazy, right? But this isn't fiction. This is real money, and it's waiting, maybe in your drawer, your attic, or tucked away in that shoebox labeled, just old stuff. And if you just looked at your sock drawer and whispered, wait, could I have one of those? Congratulations, you're not alone. Thousands of Americans are doing exactly that, right now. Why this quarter is worth a fortune, how to tell if yours is the rare one, and how regular people like you are turning old coins into life-changing wealth. But here's the catch, these quarters are vanishing fast, and every day you wait, their value shifts. So if you've ever dreamed of escaping debt, buying your dream home, or just telling your boss, I'm out, this coin might just be your golden ticket. Let's dive in. Back in 1993, the Denver Mint struck millions of George Washington quarters. Most worth, well, 25 cents, but a tiny handful were struck in error, using a 90% silver planchet instead of the usual copper nickel. These weren't supposed to exist. But a few slipped through. And those mistakes? Today, they're worth up to $745,000. Now, imagine being the person who tossed one in a vending machine for a soda. That's the kind of story you don't want to tell at Thanksgiving. But how do you spot one? Is it just shiny? Heavy? Does it whisper to you in the moonlight? Okay, not that last one, but yes, there are telltale signs. Look for a small D under the date. That's the Denver Mint. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. The silver one? Slightly heavier, around 6.25 grams. A jewelry scale can tell edge. Normal quarters have a brownish edge, that's the copper. A silver quarter? Pure white edges. No copper stripe. Yep, do the drop test. Silver coins have a high-pitched ping. Others? More of a dull thud. And here's the twist, some counterfeiters know this too. So how do you protect yourself from selling a fake, or worse, getting scammed? Hang tight. That's coming up in just a moment. Let's shift gears. Right now, collectors are actively hunting these rare quarters. Auctions are seeing bidding wars like you wouldn't believe. Point one recently fetched $745,000, and not just because it was rare, but because it was discovered. A man in Ohio found one while clearing out his late father's belongings. That single coin paid off his mortgage, funded his kids' college, and yes, he bought that fishing cabin he'd always dreamed of. This isn't about luck. It's about awareness. About acting before the opportunity disappears, because here's the reality, the more these coins are found, the fewer remain. Each one discovered drives up the value of the next, until they're all locked away in collections, forever. So if you're thinking, I'll check later, let me translate, I'll let someone else claim my $745,000. Don't be that person. Check your coins, dig through drawers, jars, and boxes. Focus on 1993 quarters with the D mint mark, test the signs, weight, edge, color, sound, get it appraised. If you suspect you've struck silver, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Don't sell too fast. Coins like this can be life-changing. Get the right guidance. You don't need to win the lottery. You don't need to invent the next big app, you just need to pay attention to the treasure that might already be in your hands. You wanted a wealthier lifestyle? It could be sitting in a coffee can in your garage. The difference between the average person and the wealthy one is what they do after they hear something like this. In our next video, I'll show you the top 5 most valuable quarters still in circulation, including one from 2004 that sold for nearly $2 million. Spoiler alert, it might be in your pocket right now. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and share this with someone who always says, I don't have any rare coins. Let's prove them wrong. What if I told you, a single quarter sitting in your drawer could be worth $745,000? Yes, that dusty old coin from 1998 with a tiny P mark, one you probably spent on a vending machine soda 2 decades ago, could be your golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle you only dreamed of. Sounds crazy, right? But this is very real, and time is not on your side. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how an ordinary silver George Washington $quarter coin is changing lives, one collector at a time. But first, quick question, when's the last time you checked your loose change before giving it to the cashier? Let's rewind to 1998. Gas was $1.06 a gallon. Google was just born. Titanic had everyone in tears. And the US Mint quietly released a run of $quarter-dollar coins, with a twist. Now, most were copper-nickel. But a select few were mistakenly struck in 90% silver, intended only for collectors, yet somehow released into general circulation. What makes this even more mysterious, they bear the Philadelphia Mint mark, the tiny P, and look deceptively normal to the untrained eye. Only a handful have surfaced. And guess what? One recently sold for a jaw-dropping $745,000 at auction. Let that sink in. That's not a typo. So why the insane value? Let's break it down. Only a limited number were accidentally minted in silver. Coins in pristine or proof-like condition skyrocket in value. The US Mint doesn't admit this publicly, which adds mystique. Wealthy collectors are paying premiums for scarce specimens, but here's where it hits close to home. You're sitting on a couch, flipping through coins from your childhood box, and you realize that shiny little quarter with George Washington's stoic face and a P mint mark isn't ordinary. It's the one you just found. Freedom. Not just financial freedom, but the freedom to retire early, travel the world, pay off that mortgage, or build the legacy your family deserves. Now here's the kicker, and the part nobody talks about. Every single day, these rare quarters are unknowingly being spent, used on coffee, toll booths, arcade games. Poof. A $745,000 treasure, gone in an instant. Here's the bottom line, you need to check your quarters today. Weigh it. A silver quarter weighs about 6.25 grams, heavier than the standard 5.67 grams. Check the edge. If it's solid silver, no copper stripe, you're in luck. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. A verified specimen is the difference between cool coin and life-changing windfall. And here's the kicker, the market is booming. Collectors are desperate to get their hands on these coins, and auction prices are climbing fast, but this window won't last. Once more coins surface, rarity drops, and so will the value. Now, what if I told you there's another error coin from 2004 that's quietly worth more than your car? That's in next week's video. But here's what you need to do right now, go check your coins. Comment below if you find a 1998 P quarter, I'll help you assess it. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started, and your road to generational wealth might already be in your pocket. This isn't about coins, it's about waking up to the hidden value around you, and finally claiming the life you were meant to live. Now go check that drawer. One quarter. One chance. Your legacy starts now. Let me know if you want this formatted for teleprompter reading, split into video segments, or need thumbnail/title ideas too. What if I told you the spare change in your junk drawer could be worth more than your car? What if one tiny quarter minted in 1991 is now valued at $755,000? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the truth. A rare version of the 1991 George Washington P. Mint silver quarter dollar is turning everyday Americans into overnight millionaires. You could be sitting on one of the rarest coins in US history, and not even know it. So before you take that quarter to the vending machine for a bag of chips, stick with me. Because it might just buy you a beach house. The year was 1991. The economy was shifting. The Gulf War was underway. And amidst the chaos, the US Mint released what seemed like a standard batch of Washington quarters from the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a subtle P. But not all of them were standard. A select few quarters were struck on a silver planchet, by mistake. That's right. A rare error in the minting process created a unicorn. A mistake so valuable, collectors are now paying up to $755,000 to get their hands on one. Only a handful of these silver 1991 P quarters exist. And the scariest part? Most are still in circulation, meaning, you might already have one. Yep, that quarter your dog almost swallowed? Might be worth more than your house. Movie camera ACT2, how to know if you have one? 4 to 7 o'clock, visuals, side-by-side comparison of regular versus rare quarter, narrator, urgent tone. So, how do you know if your 1991 P quarter is the jackpot coin? First, the P mint mark, right above the R in quarter. Second, the weight, a standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver quarter? Closer to 6.25 grams. Get a precise digital scale. Third, the sound test, silver coins have a distinctive high-pitched ring when dropped on a hard surface. That ring could be your fortune calling. Still unsure? Here's the kicker, even if it looks ordinary, the metal composition tells the real story. And the only way to know for sure is to have it authenticated by a professional coin grader. Think of them as the coin whisperers, they see value in places we can't. But what happens when that plain-looking quarter turns out to be real silver? That is where your life could change overnight. Collectors across the country are in a frenzy. One verified 1991 P silver quarter recently sold for over $755,000 at auction. But here's the thing, this window won't stay open forever. As more people discover these hidden gems, their rarity and value will shift. And what happens when demand drops? That life-changing payday could disappear. Imagine turning a single coin into a fully paid-off home. A dream vacation. Financial freedom. It's not just a coin, it's an opportunity. Still tempted to use it at the gas station for a Diet Coke? In just a moment, I'll tell you where to sell your rare coins safely and get top dollar, even if you've never sold a coin before. You're one quarter away from changing your life. Don't wait. Check your coins. Get them graded. And discover what your pocket change is really worth. Subscribe for more rare coin secrets, and drop a comment if you found a 1991 P, or think you might have one. And in our next video, a 1970 quarter that sold $4,350,000. Yep, quarters are the new gold. Let me know if you'd like this in a downloadable format or turned into a script for voiceover with timestamps, sound effects, or video editing notes. Imagine holding $755,000 in your hand, without even realizing it. A single coin, dusty and forgotten in a kitchen drawer, could change your life forever. Pause, sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. The 1983 P mint mark George Washington quarter dollar, yes, the one you might have used to buy a soda, is turning everyday Americans into unexpected millionaires. If you're about to run to your sock drawer right now, hold on. We've got to talk first. You might miss out on what really makes this coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because in just a few minutes, I'll show you how a simple misunderstanding about this coin is causing thousands to unknowingly throw away their chance at massive wealth. Let's dive into the story of a coin that's flipping fortunes, literally. In 1983, the U.S. Mint released the George Washington quarter with a P mint mark, commemorating the 250th anniversary of his birth. But what makes this year extraordinary isn't just the historical value, it's the rare errors and silver planchet anomalies that slipped through the cracks. Coin experts have found that certain 1983 P quarters were mistakenly struck on silver planchets instead of copper nickel. And when these errors show up at auction, they fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yep, someone at the mint had one job, and we're thankful they didn't do it right. In 2024, a collector walked into a coin auction in Florida with what he thought was a neat little find, a shiny 1983 P quarter that looked different. After evaluation, it sold for $755,000. Why? It was one of the extremely rare silver strikes, with near-perfect condition and full strike details, but here's the twist, the most valuable version of this coin hasn't even been found yet. More on that in just a moment. Could you be throwing money away? 330 to 430, millions of Americans unknowingly spend or discard valuable coins every year. That 1983 quarter you handed to a vending machine last week? It could have been the key to a new house, or early retirement. Don't let that be your story. Not when you're this close. A genuine silver planchet will weigh approximate 6.25 grams instead of 5.67. Silver shines differently. No orange rim on the edge. MS, graded, or mint state, especially MS 65 or higher, sees exponential value growth, strong, full strikes with visible details, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Basically, if your quarter looks like George Washington had a fresh shampoo and a blowout, hold on to it. Collectors are in a frenzy right now. Coin auctions are seeing record prices. But like all trends, this window won't stay open forever. As more coins are discovered, scarcity goes down, and so does the price. This is the moment. The rare coin market is peaking. Experts predict a plateau within the next 12 to 18 months. Waiting could cost you hundreds of thousands, so how do you know if you have the next $1 million quarter? That's where the real magic begins. Check your coins. Focus on 1983 p mint mark quarters, weigh them, invest in a $10 gram scale on Amazon, look for luster, no copper edge, and clean strikes. Contact a certified coin appraiser or PCGS/NGC grading service, and remember, do not clean your coin. You could destroy thousands in value with a single swipe of a cloth. You've worked hard your whole life. Maybe you've dreamed of retiring early, traveling, or helping your grandkids through college. That dream might already be sitting in your pocket, just waiting to be discovered. If you own old coins, or want to learn how to find and flip them, subscribe now and hit the bell. Don't let opportunity slip away one quarter at a time. What if I told you that a small, overlooked coin sitting in your junk drawer could be your ticket to a six-figure payday? One specific 1995 George Washington $quarter, yes, just 25 cents, is now valued at $755,000, and that's just the start. You could be sitting on a gold mine, and not even know it. And no, this isn't your Uncle Bob's lucky coin he keeps in his sock for poker nights. This is real. This is rare. This could be life-changing. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how one coin turned into a fortune, how to find out if you have one, and what you need to do today before it's too late. Let's rewind for a moment. It was 1995. The world was listening to Mariah Carey, Windows 95 was revolutionizing homes, and the Denver Mint quietly struck millions of $quarter coins, but among those millions, a handful were different. Unknowingly, a batch of 1995 George Washington quarters were minted with a rare silver composition, an error that never should have happened. Silver content, in a clad coin, this anomaly made these coins not just rare, but ultra-rare, and because of their subtle differences, most of them slipped into circulation unnoticed, until collectors, sharp-eyed, obsessive, relentless, started finding them. And then the market exploded. One of these coins sold for $755,000 at a private auction, others are still out there. Hidden in old jars. Tucked away in childhood piggy banks. Or maybe, in your home. Every year that passes, fewer of these coins are found. And every year, their value climbs higher. So how do you know if you have one? The date, 1995. The mint mark, D for Denver, look just below Washington's ponytail. Most quarters are copper nickel clad. But this one? It's silver. A simple magnet test won't work. You'll need a digital scale. Regular quarters weigh 5.67 grams, the silver error coin weighs closer to 6.25 grams. What's heavier, your regrets or the silver quarter you accidentally spent on a gas station coffee 10 years ago? Yeah. Let's hope it's not both. Now let's talk value. In excellent condition, these coins are worth 6 to 7 figures, even worn versions can fetch tens of thousands. That's where we're seeing the $755,000 plus range. Major auction houses are scrambling to acquire these, and here's the twist, the current numismatic market is in a frenzy. Wealthy investors are diversifying into rare coins, and demand is soaring. This could be the perfect time to sell, but before you grab your coin jar and head to the nearest pawn shop, stop, because in the next section, I'll reveal how people are getting scammed out of six-figure coins, and what you need to do to protect yourself and your profits. Let's talk strategy. You wouldn't walk into a casino and bet your house without a plan, right? Same goes here. Don't sell on impulse. Too many people rush to eBay or local coin shops and lose out on tens of thousands. Why? Because they didn't get their coin authenticated, or they trusted the wrong buyer. Get your coin certified by reputable graders like PCGS or NGC. Work with licensed dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare U.S. coins. Avoid cash offers that don't come with documentation. When certified, your coin's value can double or triple, simply from credibility. Now, imagine what that kind of payout could do. A new home. A debt-free life. A business you've dreamed of starting. Or, early retirement. This isn't about a coin. It's about freedom, and all from a forgotten quarter that cost 25 cents in 1995. Still wondering if this is real? It's more than real. It's happening right now. Coins are being discovered. Fortunes are being made, and the next success story could be yours. Go check your stash. Look for 1995 D quarters. Weigh them. Check the mint mark. If it matches the signs, get it authenticated immediately. The window is closing. Prices are rising. And your opportunity won't wait forever. Subscribe for more rare coin finds, valuation tips, and wealth-building ideas that actually work. This isn't just about collecting, it's about creating the life you've always wanted. All it takes is one coin to rewrite your story. We're diving deep into the 1979 D George Washington quarter dollar, how it's turning ordinary Americans into six-figure success stories, and how you could be next. Let's rewind to 1979, a year of disco, denim, and dollars. Over 515 million quarters were minted in Denver that year, but only a rare few, with precise errors and silver compositions, escaped the presses with hidden value, kinda like that one sock that always vanishes in the laundry. Only this one could buy you a Tesla. But here's the kicker: most people who owned one never knew. Some were melted down. Some ended up in change jars. Ended up in private collections and sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what exactly makes one 1979 quarter worth 25 cents, and another worth $735,000? Minting errors, silver composition, and historical rarity. First, the mint mark. That little D on your coin stands for Denver Mint, and it's key. Most 1979 quarters are made of copper nickel, but a few were accidentally struck on 40% silver planchets. This is like finding gold in your backyard. These coins show a doubling of the year, the motto, or even Washington's face. Imagine looking at a coin and seeing two of everything. No, you're not seeing double, it's just worth double, or a lot more. The creme de la creme. MS 67 plus grade. That means it looks like it came straight off the press. Coins in this condition have fetched upwards of $735,000 in major auctions. That's right, someone paid the price of a lake house for a quarter. Makes you want to check under your car seats, doesn't it? But how do you know if you have the right coin? And more importantly, what do you do with it once you find one? Here's what to do right now. If you think you've got a 1979 D quarter worth of fortune, examine your coin closely. Use a magnifier. Look for that bold D, sharp strike, and any doubling in the text. Weigh it. Silver planchets are heavier. A regular quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. Silver ones? Slightly more. A digital scale can tell the truth. Get it graded. Contact a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin skyrockets in value. Sell smart auctions like Heritage, Stax Bowers, and even eBay have seen these coins listed and sold for six figures. But don't rush. These coins are like real estate. Presentation and patience can make or break your payday. Now let me ask you something. Would you rather hope for wealth, or hold it in your hand? Because you might already be holding it, and not even know it. The 1979 D silver quarter isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of lost opportunities, forgotten fortunes, and second chances. So go, check your drawers, dig through those jars, open that old coin album from your grandpa, because one tiny piece of metal could mean freedom from debt, freedom to travel, or freedom to finally live on your terms. And if you do find one, don't forget who told you like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who's always saying, I should go through my old coins someday, because someday is now, and that quarter could be your $1 million miracle. What if I told you that a single quarter, yes, a humble 25-cent coin, could be worth over $735,000 today? And what if that same coin has been hiding, in your drawer, in a forgotten piggy bank, or even in your car's cup holder? Today, we're diving deep into a coin that could turn your average afternoon into a $1 million moment. The 1965 no-mint mark George Washington silver quarter. Don't blink. This could be the story that changes your financial future forever. Let's rewind to 1965. The Vietnam War rages on, civil rights are transforming the nation, and amid all that, something very strange is happening in American coinage. After decades of minting quarters with 90% silver, the U.S. Treasury decided to make a switch. Silver was becoming too expensive. Starting in 1965, quarters were supposed to be made from a copper-nickel clad. No more silver. Period. Creep's eye. But, and here's where things get juicy, a few silver planchets, meant for 1964 quarters, accidentally got stamped with the 1965 date. These rare errors slipped into circulation. Mistakes the mint never admitted. And now, decades later, they've become holy grails for collectors and investors alike. Imagine paying for a gumball in 1967 with a coin that could now buy you a beach house. Somewhere, a kid really messed up their retirement plan. The hunt, the value, and the fear of missing out. 3 o'clock, 7:00. Only a handful of these silver 1965 quarters have ever been found. And here's the kicker, the most pristine example was recently appraised at $735,000. That's not a typo. That's a nearly $750,000 quarter. So how can you tell if your quarter is the jackpot? It must say 1965. Absolutely no D or S on the front. Take a look at the edge. If you don't see any copper streak, just silver all around, you may have struck silver, but beware, the fakes are out there. And so is the danger of selling too soon, or to the wrong buyer. Thousands of people have unknowingly sold these coins at face value, for 25 cents. Don't be one of them. This is why it's critical to know what you have, and who to talk to. Now imagine this, you find that silver edge, 1965 staring back at you, and no mint mark in sight. You get it verified, graded, and boom, your life changes. Maybe you pay off the mortgage. Maybe you retire early. Maybe you buy that classic Corvette you always wanted. But here's the truth, these coins are vanishing. Most are either already in collector safes or lost to history. Time is not on your side. Coming up, the exact steps you must take if you think you have one of these coins. Miss this, and you might leave 6 figures on the table. This isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity, timing, and having the eyes to see what others overlook. So, do you have the $1 million quarter, or will it be another forgotten treasure that slips through your hands? Check your change. Dig through those old boxes. And for the love of silver, don't spend that 1965 quarter until you know what it's truly worth. Subscribe now and hit the bell, because in our next video, we reveal the top 5 error quarters worth over $1 million, and one might be sitting in your home right now. What if I told you that one dusty quarter, sitting in your old coin jar, could be worth over $735,000? Yes, you heard that right, not $7.35. Not $735.7. $135,000. And here's the kicker, it's a coin you might have walked past every single day. So before you toss that change in the vending machine or let it disappear into the couch cushions of history, stay with me, because this coin isn't just silver. It could be your golden ticket. Let me paint a picture. It's 1994. Bill Clinton is president. Forrest Gump is running across America. And somewhere in the Philadelphia Mint, a batch of quarters was struck with a secret, a mistake, a twist, a rarity so unusual, it would take decades to realize just how valuable it truly was. We're talking about the 1994 Mint mark George Washington quarter. But this isn't your average quarter. Some were struck in silver. Now, hold on, didn't the US stop making silver quarters in 1964? Exactly, which is why this 1994 silver quarter is an anomaly. A whisper of history. A glitch in the matrix. And it's worth up to $735,000 in today's market. Yeah right, I've got coins too. I bet mine are worth like 25 cents. And maybe they are, but maybe, just maybe, they're not. Here's where it gets interesting. Only a handful of these 1994p silver quarters have ever been found. Experts believe they were minted accidentally, possibly using leftover silver planchets from proof sets or special issues, and because of that mistake, these coins are wildly rare. Rarity plus historical error plus demand equals fortune. Struck on a 90% silver planchet, adding to the mystery, as most silver proofs are San Francisco's. With the rise of online auctions, millionaires and museums are competing for the rarest finds, coins graded MS67 or higher. Practically unicorns. But wait, what if yours has a scratch? What if it's ungraded? What if it's sitting in a forgotten box in your attic right now? Stick around, because in just a moment, I'll tell you how to spot a real 1994p silver quarter, and what to do immediately if you find one. But first, let's answer the million-dollar question: why now? Why is this market exploding? Let's face it, we live in uncertain times. Inflation, market crashes, job insecurity. But rare coins? They're not just collectibles. They're portable wealth. They're legacy assets. They're how smart people are diversifying, quietly, powerfully. The collectibles market is on fire. One collector recently turned a $3 thrift store find into $250,000. Another discovered a rare penny and funded his entire retirement. So if you're sitting on a rare quarter, that's not pocket change. That's a new car, a beach house, a new life. Still think this isn't serious? Jeff Bezos can lose $1 billion and shrug, but you could find a quarter and never work again. Grab a magnifying glass. Look for a 1994 quarter with AP mint mark. Check the edge. Is it silver all the way through, or does it have a copper stripe? If it looks silver, do not clean it. Get it professionally graded, because if you've got the real thing, you're not just holding a coin. You're holding your future. And here's the twist: next week, I'll reveal 3 other coins you could have right now, worth over $1 million combined. So hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on notifications, because the next video might just show you how to turn your junk drawer into a treasure chest.